Hey everybody, I'm Adam Swiderski with SYFY WIRE, and I am here with the cast of SYFY's Ghost Wars. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
So let's talk about the show. Small Alaskan town, ghosts. What can viewers expect out of this experience?
I think the show basically questions what is the paranormal, just kind of attacking it from all angles and asking these kind of bigger questions about what that feeling is. We all know that feeling, like, oh, that was a weird experience we had, and what was that? Not necessarily like, oh, I saw a ghost, but there was something there. So we attack that from all angles, I think.
But it's more, the show is more than about a paranormal. It's about the relationships of the people in the town and how they react to the paranormal. Like, my character doesn't believe him at first, and then when he finally sees one, he like goes, okay, come on, try to take me on.
Holy shit! There's a terrible thing happening in the town, and each episode is relentless with it. I mean, it's just event after event after event after event that's happening to these people. Whether it's a personal event with a ghost, or there's several different kinds of ghosts. There's all this paranormal activity that sometimes is super grotesque, and other times just like horror film shock, you know, like, oh my God. But it's relentless. Every episode is peppered with it. It's just like bam, 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 bam through every episode. And it's putting a lot of stress on the townspeople. It's a small town in Alaska, and these people are tough people. They're not wimps. But this paranormal event that comes and stays is brutal on them. Every character is going through something emotionally and physically. It gets pretty crazy.
And we heard a little bit about how one character reacts to the paranormal. And can you each kind of touch, you know, without getting into too much spoilers, obviously, how your characters, how it affects them and what their reaction is?
My character is a scientist on the show, so, and not to say that she necessarily disbelieves because she's a scientist, but certainly that's how she approaches the puzzle of it and wants to make sense of what to her are incredibly visceral experiences, but that her mind and her training tell her can't be.
So you see dead people?
Yeah.
Just like the
movie, yeah. I'm a medium, so I've kind of grew up my whole life seeing ghosts, and it being kind of like knowing not to mention it because it kind of gets me in trouble.
Yeah, people think you're crazy.
Right, they think I'm crazy. And then so this event happens, this riff between worlds. What do you want? And these kind of like ghosts with ulterior motives start kind of showing up and attacking the townsfolk. And now I'm seeing them, and what's more, I can protect them. And so now my stock has risen from being like just an outsider to someone who can actually be effectively defending them against the ghosts.
But scary things happen to people like Roman that have nothing to do with ghost.
So yeah, it's not just about the ghost. The main thread is not the ghost. The main thread is the natural human instincts and the ugliness sometimes of people.
Like when we're on our way to work, or when we arrive at work every day, on my mind is not what's going to scare me today. On my mind is what emotional stuff am I going to go through today as an actor. And it gets really down and dirty, real stuff between people. And I think that's where our show lives. It lives in this kind of horror world, but it's grounded by real people with real emotions, and
But even before the paranormal showed up, the people in Portmore have lived through hell.
You could do a show about the people of Portmore before the accident, and you would have a pretty solid drama, I think.
Yeah.
Features some of my favorite people in the world.
But the trailer did have a certain amount of body horror, more than I was expecting, honestly, for a TV show. Can you guys talk a little bit about that? And was there an effect or a supernatural?
Some pretty gross stuff. My character gets up close and personal to some of the really grotesque stuff. And, you know, it's lunacy, it's wacky, and, you know, hard to stomach.